Добрый день, дорогие друзья! Здравствуйте, те, кто смотрит это видео. В эфире программа «Международный диалог» и ее ведущая я, Дарья Шарова. В рамках нашей программы мы общаемся с молодыми деятелями политики, культуры, искусства из-за рубежа. И сегодня у нас с вами в гостях студент Высшей школы экономики, участник фестиваля молодежи и студентов в Сочи Оливер Рой. Оливер, привет!
Привет.
How long are you staying in Russia?
Well, now I arrived in August for my studies in HSE, but before I came in St. Petersburg State University, I stayed for a couple months as an exchange student, so it's difficult to evaluate, but I feel home in Russia.
So tell me the main point, why you, as the young guy from Canada, decided to move to Russia? What was your point?
Well, you know, Russia is different. It's not a country that is so predictable. And actually, in Canada, I had everything was known for me somehow, and I wanted something different. And when I looked at Europe, everything was similar, but Russia was the one standing out. So I decided to come, and I wanted to see also what was the, you know, because we hear many things in the media, but then I wanted to have my own opinion about what is the situation. I wanted to talk with people, ask questions, to go more deep.
What, with which ideas in your mind you came to Russia? What did you thought about Russia before you came?
Actually, I did not have many ideas. You know, Russia. I know that it was, it is still, but the biggest country in the world. They had many resources, natural resources. I heard the name of Putin, but generally it was unknown for me. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to have a look more.
What surprised you most in Russia?
Surprised me most?
Yes, something what you was not expected.
But over time, what surprised me the most is how the government is involved in society, how they finance many projects. And actually I was in Orenburg this month, and they were giving grants to social projects, young people having creative ideas. So yeah, I was really impressed by that.
Do you have something similar in Canada?
We have some grants, but it's not the same format. So you know, these kind of international events, I know there is some, but it's not the same way. It's not the same flavor.
Okay. Yeah. Can you tell me maybe 3 points where Russia and Canada similar, and 3 points where we are completely different? Everything, whatever you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see. Actually, the climate is quite similar from my region. I come from Montreal, and when I was in St. Petersburg, I felt like the climate was really similar. Because there's regions in Canada like Vancouver, they have some microclimate, and it's not really cold. Mm-hmm. It's mostly rainy. What else? Well, Canada and Russia are also big countries with a lot of resources, and they have histories of relations with native people, and also the system is similar, so federal system. And
differences.
Yeah, differences. Interesting. Well, Russia is more focused on the Eurasian space in general, while Canada has some relations with Asia, but his main foreign country that have the biggest relations, I would say, is the USA. They're trying with Europe as well, but USA is a big partner, so...
Alliance.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have a plan to come back to Canada?
Well, it's a good question. You know, I have 2 years to study in Moscow. I have already some plans to participate in international events. So in November, I'm planning to go to Egypt for its World Youth Forum. But Canada, of course, it's my home country. I have affection for Canada. It's a nice place to live. But I don't know what will happen after. So maybe I will go to China, maybe I will be in Russia, Europe. For me, it's mystery for now.
Mystery.
Maybe it's too early.
Too early to
say.
to decide.
Yes.
Okay, I see. The question what Russians should ask a Canadian, especially the Canadian who is choose Russia,
Yes.
prefer Russia, which team, the hockey team you will support during the most tense match between Russia and Canada national team, hockey national team?
Well, I guess as a Canadian citizen, I should support Canada. But at the same time, you know, I'm not a big fan of hockey. So for me, if Canada wins, fine. If Russia wins, it's okay. I know some people are really almost religious about
Yes,
it.
yes.
It's like they need to win. But for me, it's just sport. And
So did you have, when you was in Canada, did you have kind of social activity maybe?
Yes, actually,
So-
when I was in Canada, I was involved in many social projects. I was in Air Cadets of Canada. Have many aspects. It's managed by military people,
Okay.
but it's not. The purpose is not to make these young people military man or woman. The purpose is to promote just good activities for young people instead of going in the streets.
Yeah.
To do something positive,
Violence, yes.
useful for the
Society,
development. And so, and in that situation, I was involved. So I took part in the Duke of Edinburgh award.
Mm-hmm.
So the husband of the Queen Elizabeth, he has an award for young people who are involved, and I reached the gold medal in this award. So it's like to show. To recognize people who do something good in society. So that was my involvement when I was a youth. Afterwards, after like 1 year, I came to Russia. So now I'm looking forward to create more ties between Canada and Russia, because it feels like. So I think as a foreigner, it's interesting to discover Russia and to see that there is so many different things to look at and to analyze, to see political situation, social, cultural. There's so many things, and even nations.
What do you think can be maybe bridges between young people from Canada and young people from Russia? Which topics can be similar for us?
I think the main bridges could be social bridges, because in Canada, volunteering and social projects is something that people like. The young people, they like to be involved, but how to say, in Russia, they also have, like this year is the year of the volunteers, and they have many social projects. I was impressed to see how many projects there was.
Okay, your last word of motivation to our guys, like your wishes to our...
Well, you know, be open. Just try something, and even if it's not trendy, you can explore. So,
Thank you very much.
thank you.
Это был Оливер Рой, и до встречи в следующей программе.